and shocking. When Xiao Zhan appeared on stage that night, his smile was gentle but his eyes told another story. The crowd cheered, the lights were bright, but there was something heavy behind his calm expression. It wasn't until the interviewer mentioned Wang Yibo's name that everything changed. The air became still, the audience went silent, and Xiao Zhan's eyes began to glisten. He tried to hold back his emotions, but his voice trembled. "Wang Yibo, he's someone who changed my life," Xiao Zhan whispered softly. That one sentence was enough to make fans burst into tears. For years, the two had shared countless memories, laughter, arguments, and moments that only the two of them truly understood. But hearing Xiao Zhan speak his name with such emotion made everyone realize just how deep their connection truly was. Back in the days of the Untamed, their chemistry was undeniable. They worked long hours, supported each other during the hardest shoots, and built a friendship that felt more like fate than coincidence. Behind the cameras, there were small moments: a shared smile, a comforting touch, a quiet laugh after a long day that spoke louder than any script could. Fans always sensed something special between them. But what no one expected was how real, how raw, and how lasting that bond would become. When Xiao Zhan began to talk about the time they spent together, his tears fell. "He's always been there for me," he said, voice cracking. "Even when I didn't know how to move forward, he never left." The crowd was silent. Some fans sobbed quietly. Others held their phones, recording every word as if they were witnessing history. It wasn't about drama, fame, or gossip, it was about something genuine. The kind of connection that survives fame, distance, and misunderstanding. Wang Yibo, known for his calm and composed personality, rarely spoke about his emotions. But those who have followed him closely know that his eyes always soften when Xiao Zhan's name comes up. In interviews, he might just smile or give a short answer, but his tone changes: gentle, protective, and full of quiet understanding. Insiders have revealed how much Yibo supported Xiao Zhan during the darkest times of his career. When public pressure and rumors surrounded Xiao Zhan, Yibo didn't hesitate to reach out privately. He didn't post grand statements or public defenses. Instead, he was simply there. A quiet message, a comforting call, a shared silence that spoke more than words ever could. That's what made fans emotional: the way they protect each other, not for show, but from genuine care. Behind the spotlight, they shared the kind of friendship that feels sacred, built not on fame, but on trust. Xiao Zhan continued speaking, his voice still unsteady. "Sometimes, you meet someone who understands you without needing words. For me, that person is Yibo." That moment broke the internet. Fans flooded social media with tears, disbelief, and endless love. Some wrote, "I never thought I'd see him cry over Yibo." Others simply said, "This is real. You can feel it." In one behind-the-scenes clip that resurfaced after the event, Wang Yibo was seen quietly watching Xiao Zhan rehearse a song. He didn't say much, just smiled and nodded. But when Xiao Zhan finished, Yibo clapped softly, eyes warm and proud. That small gesture, captured on camera, made fans melt. It was the kind of silent support that says, "I've got you," even when the world doesn't understand. Over the years, both of them have faced storms: harsh criticism, endless rumors, and public scrutiny. Yet through it all, they've never spoken ill of each other. Instead, they've carried each other's presence like a quiet promise. When one succeeds, the other smiles. When one struggles, the other stands silently by. Their story isn't a fairy tale, it's real, raw, and imperfect. But that's what makes it so powerful. In a world full of fleeting fame and fragile friendships, the bond between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan reminds fans that some connections are meant to last beyond screens and scripts. Xiao Zhan once said in an old interview, "There are people who leave footprints in your life, and you never forget them." When asked if Wang Yibo was one of those people, he smiled through tears and nodded. "Always." That single word always shook fans around the world. Clips of the interview spread everywhere, gaining millions of views within hours. People wrote messages like, "Their bond is unbreakable, this is not just friendship, and the way he looks when he says Yibo's name, it's love." Even Wang Yibo, who usually avoids emotional topics, couldn't hide his feelings forever. During a fan meeting, when asked about Xiao Zhan, he hesitated for a moment before answering softly, "He's doing well, right, that's enough for me." His tone was simple, but it carried years of memories, laughter, and shared dreams. Fans couldn't stop crying. The idea that two people who once stood side by side could still care so deeply even after time, distance, and fame was overwhelmingly touching. Today, every time Xiao Zhan performs a song filled with emotion, fans see traces of Yibo's inspiration in it. Every time Wang Yibo writes something reflective, people wonder if it's about the friend who once made him smile brighter. Their connection has become more than just a story, it's a symbol. A reminder that real bonds never fade. They grow quietly, even in the silence, even in tears. As Xiao Zhan wiped his tears on that stage, he looked up and smiled again. "He's someone I'll always respect," he said softly. "And I'm thankful our paths crossed." The audience erupted into applause, not just for his honesty, but for the love and loyalty that words can barely express. That night, thousands of fans left with swollen eyes, heavy hearts, and one shared thought that some relationships are too beautiful to define, too deep to explain.